Howdy folks, and welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode is fixing up one of the best money savers on the farm here. It's the Brush Hog brand hay loader. The chain is really loose and I am out of adjustment here. So I'm going to try to see if there's a way to remove links out of this chain and see if I can get that accomplished today. So stick around. If nothing else, you know, it's a problem-solving excursion. You don't have to necessarily have a hay loader to enjoy the problem-solving skills that go on here. And hopefully I'll try to explain things as I'm going here. The first thing I'm going to be doing is taking the tension off of this chain, and then seeing if there's a way that these chain links interlink, and seeing if I can pull a couple out of there. So stick around. Okay, so here is our tensioning mechanism here. It's got a pin that goes through this gear, and it's got two nuts on either side of this long bolt that runs through here. So got a crescent wrench. We'll put it on the back side of it here. If you use two wrenches like this, you can actually take the nut off faster by working both of them at the same time. So, one little pro tip there. Here we are back on the first side I started with. I just went about halfway with the adjustment at first, and now I'm going to go all the rest of the way here. First thing I did, of course, was spray with PB Blaster. There's a bunch of rust on this. This isn't a indoor tool, so there's a lot of rust that got on there. Okay, so now our cog is pushed all the way back. We got a lot of slack in our chain. So let's see if we can get these to uncouple one another. So here we are at the chain, and let's just see if we can figure out if there's a way to uncouple these. From what it looks like here, there is a really good connection between them. How does that work? Well, there's got to be a way to get them off of here, right? So we'll just keep investigating. They're all really put together well. And there's a little fold right under there that makes it impossible for them to actually slip out of there in any sort of fashion that I can see anyway. So I may have to bend one of these tabs out and then bend it back together, but I'm going to keep investigating here and see if there isn't some sort of master link. They've all got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 5th one is going to be your bale carrier. Wait just a minute. I bet they slide apart. If I can line them up correctly. I bet if I find one that's got a slightly larger gap in it, I can slide it out. Okay, so the goal is to find one of these with a wider gap here. I think if I find one with a wider gap here, I'll be able to actually slide it apart. Oh, fun little farm puzzles. I may have to bend one of these open just slightly. See if I can't pry it open. And then slide it apart. And then bend it back some. Oh, wait. Ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Woo! We're in half. This one here was the one with the wider gap. So, I've just got to figure out now. I'm going to get the rest of them out around it. I grabbed what looked to be some useful tools here. A little baby anvil. Look at how cute that little guy is. And a punch. If I can get that turned over there. Maybe that tension will actually help. Alright gang, I finally got through it here. I had to pull out enough link to get it level on the anvil. And once I did that, I was able to drive my punch down. I've got it now. But you can see here, what I was able to do then is just slide it out. And there's our link. We're going to be removing. We'll try one first, and then if that doesn't work, we'll try one more. So it worked. Link out. Little anvil held up. Let's see how we're looking with -1 here. Oh, that feels pretty good. Okay, so how do we get you back together? Slide you. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to try to pinch that back together a little bit. That just seems like it is too loose now. So for that, I'm thinking maybe a little vice grip would work. It's really not. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good linkage system they have here. I may not need to do anything to it. It looks fairly similar to how it was before. But if I was, oh hey, they're coming apart there too. No, that's the one. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to tighten that up a little bit here. So, how do I do that? Good question. Heat and vice grips and heat. So here's the solution I've come up with to lock this so it doesn't come undone as we're going through the field here. What I'm going to do is put some vice grips on it, and with a lot of tension. Not enough. And then just heat it up. Open that a turn. Oh, it closed up a lot. It worked. Easy peasy. Okay, so now we will see if we need to take out another one. I'm going to go ahead and retension. Those are good and hot. Don't want to start a fire there. Get those up off the ground. So I'm going to retension, and then we'll see if that is enough slack brought out with just the one link. But that closed up really nicely there, and that plan worked out. So vice grips, heat, that'll close up your link, and then I guess now I've got an extra link in case one breaks. Make sure I put that with my hay equipment spare parts, and hopefully one link will have been enough, but we will see. Okay, see what I did there? I'm actually taking up there's a lock nut on the back side of this bolt here, and I was taking some of the slack out of that. It looks like that one link is going to be plenty. The chain is actually really nice and tight, and I've still got about another 1.5 inches of adjustment there. So yeah, I like it. I think it's going to work. Next thing, I'll measure the distance between this stop plate and this pin here, so it's equidistance on both sides of the loader here, and that way this cog, that's going to tell me this cog is true and parallel with the cog down at the other end. So all right, let's get a ruler and check out where we're at here. So this is going to be the last step with our little ruler. It's got the pocket clip. This is one of those with that pocket clip on there, and that pocket clip acts as a stop and a measurement point, so you can see how far back things are. So on this one here, we will measure it to about the edge there. Okay, 1 and 24/32. We'll check on the other side here. And this one is much closer. So this one we will set, and this one is, the other side there was at 1 and 18/32. So we'll run this one up to get to that same point. Okay, we're the same on either side as far as the distance from this pin, from this stop block here. And we'll just, for sanity's sake, look down it, make sure that we are aligned. We can also take a measurement from the side of the loader here to the cog and just check that it's parallel this way. So there is 1 and 20. And 1 and 20 are just thereabouts. Check it on the bottom side here, right about 1 inch. And right about 1 inch. Okay, looks good. We will get this back together. Oh, first let me show you the belt here. So here's what looks to be a good amount of tension. There's going to be a little sway in it, but not very much at all. That's an acceptable amount of play there from what I've been running it at. I'm going to call it good there. And thank you for joining me on Man Time. If you've had trouble getting a link out of your hay loader, hopefully this was helpful. I actually YouTubed how to take a link out of a hay loader before I started this, and nothing showed up. So there you go. No videos out there on it. Original content. Might be because I'm the only one still running the loader, and everybody else has got their grapple hook hay accumulators and all that fun stuff. But here on Man Time, we do it the hard way, right? We do it old school. So thanks for joining me. Get out there, have you some man time too.